One of the common things that we see is when the violence turns on the children. Women very often will take it on themselves. And it's all right if you're hitting me and I can handle it and we're going to deal with it and I deserve it and all of those things. But a lot of times the catalyst that makes somebody leave is when that person turns to that child and the abuse begins there. And we hear that story from many, many women, is that's the night I picked up my children and left. That's when I was gone.
Well, that's true. We oftentimes it's okay that you hit me, but it's not okay if you hit me or my children or even pets. I mean, that sounds really odd, but there are women who won't leave because their family dog is attached to the husband and they don't want to leave the dog there. A lot of times there are other emotional attachments that cause you to stay.
And I think, the economics are a really important component to all of this, is that one of the things that we see quite a lot, and I don't disagree with anything that they've said, but is that also when you have women who perhaps the batterer only batters the spouse that doesn't batter the children, and that's certainly happens, is that when the children get to the point where they're sufficiently old that they're not able to have, you're not going to have that custody battle, because a common thing that a batterer says to his spouse or the mother of his children to keep her with him is to say, they're going to take your kids away. I'm going to say that you're the batterer and you're never going to see your kids again. So once you sort of get to that realm where that's not a reasonable threat, I think that makes a huge difference. And also, I mean, think about it. If you have 4 kids, how are you going to be able to support them if you leave your batterer? So one of the things that we think is very important is being able to immediately get temporary orders, get child support, so that she's not in a position of having to say, am I going to be living under a bridge or am I going to get back to my batterer?
Mm-hmm.